What's up, guys? Country here at Wicked Workbench Customs. My last video actually got cut off. It was a Sally Hansen mixing tutorial. I still have yet to mix the two together. So you can see the lacquer thinner is actually just sitting on top of the nail polish. So I'm gonna take my Badger air mixer, stick it in the jar. It's a good investment, by the way. You should get one of these. They're only about $10 at badger.com, badgerairbrush.com. Alright. And voila. Ready for an airbrush. It's about the consistency of milk. Alright, next. These are ones I mixed 2 to 1. They're a little bit thicker, not by much, but I mean, but they're 2 to 1, like I said. Also, let's see here. All right, Jake Earp, there you go. Mark the bottle. What I did was, I marked an inch on a bottle. You know, for your case, it would be a cup or, you know, whatever you got. I measured it about an inch, marked it at about ½ an inch, so I do half and half. It's a 50-50 mixture. I'll swap this out, because I got one for acrylics. Alright. So, Jake. First off, like that, you need to wash out. Because lacquer thinner, alcohol, going into Tamiya. Even though you don't have Tamiya, this still works. I mean, you can use water for Tamiya, it works. I would suggest it, but it just dries some of that. But this is distilled water, not tap water. It has minerals in it and tap water, and it will, you know, gum up in your airbrush, in my opinion. I've done it before, and it didn't work so well. But anyway, then take it. Just keep putting some water in. Alright, to that line. Now, take your whatever you've got, you know, folk art, whatever it may be. Keep adding, keep adding, keep adding, keep adding. Alright, now you're to the second line. There you go, Jake. Ready for your airbrush, brother. And to anyone else that didn't know, Vallejo, you can mix it with water, and you can mix it with this. Now I'm going to do Tamiya real quick. Alright. Here's my Tamiya acrylic, okay? Same thing, brother. Here's my one for acrylics. Mix up your Tamiya. Okay. Now, so this is water soluble. Anyway, back to it. Same concept, Jake. Except for it's alcohol. You can do it either way, but this is actually alcohol and butyl alcohol or something like that. I can't remember the exact formula of this Tamiya stuff, so don't hold me to that. But anyway, back to it. Fill her up. Okay, she's to that line now, just about. 10 drops. Alright. Now close off your Tamiya X28. Now, take your Tamiya, pipe some up. Same concept, brother. Yes, I do live near an airport. I live about 5 minutes from SeaTac Airport. That's in Washington State, in case you didn't know. But yeah. And then, of course, just take your pipette, shake it up with a little water, put it in your disposal jar, or whatever have you. I got one of these that I use. Works pretty good. I got it from Harbor Freight for like 10 bucks. But anyway, and these little bottles that I'm using, they're actually airplane bottles. Since I live close to an airport, we have access to this kind of stuff. It's for travel, man. And what's awesome about these is you can actually put lacquer thinner in it. Because most plastics, lacquer thinner will literally eat the crap out of it. It'll literally melt the bottle, and next morning you'll wake up and be like, huh, I got paint all over my workbench. Why? Because certain plastics can't handle lacquer thinner or any other type of solvent like this. So remember that. Look up, see what it can handle before you go doing it. I usually put my stuff in glass just to, be safe. I have a bunch of these Tamiya mixing jars that are like this but taller. Here's one of them. This one has, this one actually has Sally Hansen number 470 in it, which is called Broken Heart, or Unbreakable Heart, sorry. It's a beautiful color though. But anyway, back to it. And then you can do the same thing like you did with the Vallejo. Put your cap on. Shake it up, give it a good shake, make sure all the pigment's shaken up. Voila, done. And you're ready to airbrush, man. Now, I do have a couple other types. This is Sally Hansen Extreme Wear. You can use this too. Now, one thing you guys need to know, if you're gonna be using ones with pearls or any type of glitter, make sure it's tiny glitter. If not, you're gonna hate yourself for running that through your airbrush. You're really gonna hate it. I made the mistake with another airbrush I had, and yeah, needless to say, it ended up in the garbage. It locks it up, so. And also, the gels will do the same, so make sure it's not gel-based. Like this one, it's made by OPI. These are about $12 a pop. My wife gets a little mad when I get these. But they work great. And these actually say lacquer right on the bottle, like I said before. You can mix them with either Sunnyside, or for the guys who don't have access to this Sunnyside, or you can't order it online, you can go to Lowe's and get this for about $8. It's honestly great for cleaning, whatever. But honestly, I'm going to say this to the guys who don't clean their airbrush out after using lacquer thinner through it. After you clean it out, if you're cleaning it with lacquer thinner, make sure you rinse it out with either warm to lukewarm water. If not, that it'll start to, okay, let me show you my little airbrush. Okay, it's my Pasha H. I took the needle out just to show you guys this. Okay, there's a little gasket right here. Lacquer thinner will eat that. And then one day you'll be sitting there spraying, and then paint will literally come out of this, start spraying you in the side of the face. It's not good. It's a good idea to just, do it right the first time. Don't half-ass it. Just go for it, man. But honestly, I recommend this airbrush. This one's actually an antique Pasha. I got it for 10 bucks. I got it at a model train shop in Burien, Washington. The guy had an original price for 20 bucks on it, and I talked him down because it was so, it was caked with acrylic paint. It was shut. I had to buy a new needle for it. I even went as far as finding an antique needle for it. But the way you can tell the difference between the two, the new Pashas say Pasha right across here, or Pasha right across here. The old ones, the antiques, will have it right here along with the serial number. It'll be right along the top in cursive, but it's not going to be it's not going to be as nice as the newer one, of course. But honestly, I prefer the antique over the one that I bought off of Amazon. It works a lot better in my opinion. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Other than that, I mean, showed you how to mix this. Regardless, you can use it 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. This is another color I have. It's called Pumping Iron. It's made by Sally Hansen too. I mix this one 2-to-1. But certain pigments, I noticed, you have to mix thinner. Depending on the pigment, it gets pretty thick, depending on the color. Now, this one I don't, no, Rock Bottom, that's what it's called. This one's called Rock Bottom by Sally Hansen, Hard as Nails, okay? This is part of the Hard as Nails line, not the Extreme Wear. So is Pumping Iron. They're not part of the Extreme Wear version, okay? This one's called Sturdy Sapphire. Beautiful blue. It's got a purplish tone to it, though. I noticed like a pinkish purplish tone when it dries. As you can kind of see from the lid, I put a little paint swatch on it. It's kind of hard to see. There you go. It's pretty blue. And then, like I said, this blue one here that I mixed up is number 680 Frozen Solid. And this OPI one's called Lincoln Park After Dark. It's a severely deep purple with slight blue undertones and black undertones. So if you want it to be darker, use a black base or a black metallic base. I used to use a lot of Model Master Metalizer for my bases. It just got really expensive, so I stopped using it. It's almost $5 a bottle, roughly, compared to regular Model Master, because it's already pre-thinned, it's ready to rock and roll through your airbrush. I used a crap ton of it, but it does go on whisper thin, so one bottle does last quite a while, depending on the size of it. Yes, I do keep ball bearings in all my mixing jars, every single one. And you can get a pack of 1,000 of them off of Amazon for about $10. And I went with the 3/8 ones, the ones that are like in here. But the cool part is, if you start using nail polish, you ain't gotta buy them. So you just reuse them. You just take it out. Once you used all your paint, you just get the ball out of the bottom. And the cool part is the ball's heavy enough that if you're using a siphon fed, it doesn't pick it up. So you can leave it right in the mixing bottle while you're spraying or whatever. But if you cut the tube short enough, you won't have to worry about that anymore, because the tube eventually bends anyway from using it. Well, mine do. Excuse me. But these ones, the Sally Hansen Extreme Wear, it's the hard as nails, but it's Extreme Wear, as you can it's a lot different. It's in a different bottle altogether. These ones are about $2.99. Now, these ones are $1.99 at my local store. Oh crap! Losing my earbud. Ah. Where'd it go? Ah, fell in my hood. Sorry guys, I'm back. Anyway, I've showed you how to mix, like I said, the surface primers, the Tamiya, and all that. So I hope this helps some of you guys. If it didn't, you guys are more than welcome to message me, and I'll fill you in on anything you need to know. Another thing, I just wanted to show you guys my airbrush setup. Here's my compressor. I call her Airzilla. Now, I have 3 inline moisture traps, and then I've got 2 on my air lines. So, but let me hook you back up to the charger now. If not, you're gonna die. Sir Semperfi, do you have a YouTube channel? If so, add me to it, man. I will make it a regular thing. I plan on making it a regular thing on this video, on videos like this. It helps people a lot. I didn't know any of this before. I actually learned all this in less than a year. I've been doing this for about maybe 8-9 months. And honestly, my biggest help was Don Yost. He's got an excellent set of videos, man, and he's made me what I am today. And honestly, he's a great teacher. He'll answer any questions on his Facebook page, YouTube page, and anything. But like I said, you do need to get one of these. These are awesome. I have about 3 of them. As you can see, I used the crap out of it. Thanks. I appreciate that. I try to explain it to, you know, layman's terms or anything. You know, I'm not saying anybody's stupid by no means. So layman's terms is not an insult. Just saying. Hold on, guys. I gotta wet my whistle. But I already did a mixing video on Model Masters. And also, another thing. I don't know if any of you use the testers or Model Master clear parts glue. You know, that stuff can get pretty pricey, and sometimes it's hard to find. And sometimes you'll get a bottle and it's hard in the bottom. God forbid. That happened to me about 3 times. When I was younger, it happened to me twice, and then it happened to me just recently. My bottle that was on my bench, I found out hardened up. I just haven't thrown it away. But now, this is Sally Hansen, and it's clear. You can actually take this and use it for clear parts, like your headlights. You just take a toothpick, right? Take some of it. Don't use the applicator that's in the bottle, please, guys. You will glob it everywhere, and it'll be a disgusting mess. But you can actually take this, dip a toothpick or a microbrush applicator, and run it around your headlight, right? Set it in. It'll be hard as literally hard as rocks, and it doesn't even fog up. Nothing. It's great stuff. About as long as the nail polish takes to dry is as long as it takes for your clear parts to dry. It'll stick to the car. It's pretty cool. And you can do that with Model Master High Gloss Clear. You can do it with any of the Model Master clears, basically. I'm not sure about the flat clear, so don't hold me to that. Honestly, guys, and one more thing. For primer, I don't know what any of you guys use for primer. Now, this here can be used with enamel too. You can use this with enamel over top of it. I have done that before, and it works pretty good. But like I said before, use a lighter base for lighter colors, or if you have a darker color and want to make it a little bit lighter, like the presentation or the way the effect looks in the light. It depends on what you use. If you use like a silvery base, like a flaky silver base, it's going to give it more pop, you know. Also, if you like, I don't know if any of you have seen Gangrene, which is my 41 Willys. That'll be going to Ryan Cancino at See No Evil. We're actually doing this thing where we're going to trade builds so that we can have builds from YouTube subscribers and Facebook as a building community, so we can have one of each other's styles and or their builds in our house, you know. So we can be like, you know, yeah, that's my buddy's car. He made that, man. Made that for me. And I'm building him a 41 Willys that I'm calling Gangrene. I'm going to do a couple special things to it. I'm not going to show him. But when he gets it, I'm sure he's going to love it. Sorry guys, I got a plane going over again. I live near an airport. Sorry. Hold on. Now, I don't know how many of you actually do airbrush or not, but it's not as hard as everybody thinks it got to be. You just gotta get the flow of it, you know, and take your airbrush, literally keep it in your pocket, and just play with it. Don't drop it. For God's sakes, don't drop it. If you want, you can take the needle out. I didn't with my Pache because I just sat in my room with it, but I played with it enough that I didn't really need to fake play with it. I actually hooked it up to the compressor, just wasted paint. Yeah, wife wasn't too happy when I waste paint, but anyway, nonetheless, yeah, that's about the gist of all that. I'll be doing some more videos here soon. I'm going to show you guys how to make a few tools that you already have a use for, and make them useful for something else, like turning a pin vise into a scriber and a couple other things. I have learned a few things when it comes to making like tools and stuff like that, because I've looked for them or I've seen them other people doing, and it's worth it to You know, save money sometimes. You know, don't blow all your money doing this. When I first started out, I thought I had to have everything. I know it's not like that. But honestly, if you're gonna go airbrushing, you need to get a decent airbrush. Don't start out with junk. A Pache, like I have, it's only about 70 bucks for a whole kit. It comes with 2 bottles, 1 sprayer bottle, 1 storage bottle. It comes with an air hose. It comes with a tool. It comes with the 1, 3, and 5 heads. And honestly, the 5 is what I use the most, but 3, I wouldn't advise using that with any pearls. It's just too thick. The glitter clogs up. It gets bad. But other than that, I mean, great. It's a great gun. I've never had a problem with it. I mean, yeah, I love Badger. I actually have a Badger 200. I just don't use it that often because I prefer my Pache. But I really like my Badger 200. I just don't use it that often because I prefer that one. I prefer that external mix because it's a lot less cleaner. I don't have to pull my airbrush completely apart. Literally all I have to do is pull this, loosen the cap up. See, here's one put together. I have 2. This one's actually Jake's. I gotta send it to him yet. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. See how it says Pache? Yeah, there you go. And the handle, this one's from my VL. I just swapped it out. And then I put an anodized red handle on my VL, which is inside. I use that for nothing but acrylic stuff. It's a double action. This is a single. But this is a single action external mix, like I said. A lot less cleanup. You only have to take this part out and then like run a Q-tip around inside the tip. That's what I do. Some people like to just stick the tip in and lacquer thinner with the air to clean it, but no. I don't do that because it gets all in, it could possibly get in here and then ruin the gaskets that are in here. And then when you go to like barely touch it, it'll let air out and you lose pressure. Things like that. But I have an on-demand air compressor, made by Master Airbrush, and I customized it to make it lighter. I have to put 5 moisture traps on mine because I live in the Northwest. So I just want to be safe, and I do my airbrushing outside, obviously. I mean, you can hear airplanes going over. But thanks, guys. Have a good one and keep it wicked.